It's all uphill from here. Hey, it's Romania Black. And yeah, I mean, after last week, how could we get worse? So we are on, I guess, round 7, aka the final of Alien Stage, which is supposed to be Till versus Luka. And last week was rough. Last week was a rough time. I don't like Ivan being dead. I don't like it at all, to be frank. It is so cold outside, and I am bundled up here in my warm jumper with my hot tea, ready to talk about this. But we have a lot to talk about before we even start. So we need to go ahead and just look at our comments, at our guide for this week. It's kind of crazy. I do have quite a few comments from round 6 that I want to talk about. So this may take a hot second, but I'll probably end up timestamping this video because it's a lot. Noodles 2385 for round 6, along with CJ Flambert 4307. We'll get to CJ's other comment before after this, but Noodles said, "I really don't take the kiss as Ivan knowing that he was going to die and deciding to go out how he wanted. I think it's the opposite. Ivan knew he was going to live. Ivan's score was winning pre-kiss. Till was so out of it and looked like he had stopped singing at some point. Till was basically losing, and Ivan decided to sacrifice himself." I missed that in the last episode. I was like, I misread that. And I went back and rewatched it and was like, oh, interesting. Noodles says that Till had stopped singing, attacked his opponent, or Ivan stopped singing, attacked his opponent, and didn't stop when he got warning shots. Given what had happened with Mitzi versus Luka, they knew attacking another contestant probably got you eliminated. Was the kiss necessary after throwing the round? Probably not. And I do acknowledge that Till was too shocked to consent. No arguments there. But Ivan was dying to keep Till alive, so I personally don't judge him as harshly, but that's just me. Yeah, I mean, did all of us want to secretly see Ivan and Till kiss? Yes. As someone that's been part of non-consensual sexual content in my life, I'm not a fan of it. So I'm kind of like, even though we, the audience, are pushing for it, I personally cannot, based on my own experience, I cannot support non-consensual sexual actions. Even if we, the audience, want it, if that person didn't want it or was not consenting, I can't personally support that. That's not fair to people who have been victims of sexual assault or sexual violence or sexual encounters such as rape. Can't support that. I know it didn't go that far with Ivan and Till, but consent is so important. And so that's just where I stand on that. But CJ Flambert added to that, saying, "Two of my favorite details about this song are it's the only song that is a performance in universe, and it's the only Alien Stage song that is actually cut off before it finishes." Is that a spoiler for this video? I don't know if I would have said that, but anyway, if you go look up the track on its own, there's an entire final rendition of the chorus that's just straight up not in the video because Ivan went off the rails before they got to it. And on that matter, a lot of people don't notice this on their initial watch, but if you pay attention, you can actually see that right before Ivan decides to stop and go kiss Till, Till has actually stopped singing. I didn't notice that the first time around, so no, I didn't notice it the second time around either. The song is still playing for us, the viewers, but Till is clearly animated as not singing, presumably because he just can't be bothered to keep up. Ivan knows that if he just stops singing, Till will lose by default, and it's once he's seen that, he decides to act out in a way that he knows will get himself eliminated instead. So yeah, which, you know what, if we're talking about consent, that does ask the question of why Till... I personally think Till was giving up, not... As much as I love to ship Ivan and Till, I think Till was giving up because of Mitzi. That's my personal, viewpoint of it. But however, I do think that if you interpret it as Ivan and Till is hidden emotions for Ivan, I won't argue with you on that. CJ Flambert also said, "It's so funny to me that you're one of the only people to react to this series that knows and remembers Dewey and Isaac's names, but you always misremember Mitzi's name when she's arguably the protagonist. No disrespect, I just genuinely find it hilarious." I'm glad. Look, I'm terrible with names, first of all, and second, I love Yowie, so of course I'm going to remember the two dudes' names. But Dewey and Isaac... But no, I was saying this in the comment back to them. When I watched the first time, I whenever I see a character, I'm like, okay, I'm terrible at names. So when I see that character, I'm going to associate name and face, and I'm going to try to connect it and make it stick in my brain. And that first episode, I called Mitzi Sua and Sua Mitzi. And ever since then, my brain has just associated Mitzi as Sua, which is wrong. And so I'm like, it's a constant battle. I'm glad you find it funny because I know it probably bothers a lot of people. And then Pancake for round 6 says, Ivan and Till to me have always been a what could have been relationship. Technically, they all are, but Ivan Till fits this the best. Yes, I ship them, and some shippers may disagree with me when I say this, but I don't think that Till likes Ivan back. I don't either. I think that maybe in hindsight he will realize that Ivan loved him, but I don't know if he romantically liked him. I don't think so either. Not because he lacks interest in Ivan, but because he never gets the chance to even discover that option. Exactly. Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. From what we've seen in the comic, Till is a pretty straightforward person. His crush on Mitzi feels innocent and cute, especially when compared to Ivan's intense obsession with him. Till simply doesn't know that Ivan likes him and instead sees Ivan's behavior as strange. Ivan never expresses his feelings in a clear or honest way. Instead, he constantly rage baits Till and annoys him. Oh, Pancake, we are on the same wavelength. For someone as straightforward as Till, that behavior doesn't read as affection. It just looks like someone trying to irritate him. And because Ivan keeps putting up a front in front of everyone, Till never sees his pain or the way that Ivan actually cares for him. But honestly, even if Till didn't like him romantically, losing a childhood friend in such a violent way would still be traumatizing enough for anyone for life. Yeah, I think that ending shot of Till seeing Ivan like bloody and shot to death in front of him is not traumatizing. Oh, he's traumatized for sure. And even if he didn't romantically have feelings for Ivan or realize that Ivan loved him till the very end, it's still a horrifying thing for Till and still horribly tragic, especially because the person he does have a crush on, which is Mitzi, is nowhere to be seen. I only see Till liking Ivan back in a healthier environment where he can see what Ivan was trying to say more clearly and work it out for himself. But now, in this reality, he is just left alone. All of his friends are dead. His crush is missing. The childhood friend who constantly annoyed him. Just such confusing things to him on stage. The kissing and then the choking and then died for him. I can't even imagine how he's feeling. No, because then it's like, it's not even a romantic scene where, Ivan kisses him and then gets shot. He tries to choke him too, which Till's like, what the hell are we doing? And then Astra Galaxy said, violence was against the rules. Ivan choked Till to reduce his own score. So glad we got that cleared up. Glad that's all good. God. So I do want to go to Official Cloud Bakery has been gathering these Discord, this meet and greet interviews for the Discord, and they collected a bunch of them for me. So I want to show you all those over on my Discord and then also go over the review guide with you all before we dive into this video. So we're going to get that started here. So if you've been hearing my Discord go off, that's been why. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. So yeah, this is on the Discord channel here on my Patreon for Discord. And it says, here are some non-spoilery Q&As from the meet and greet autograph signing. Okay. So we're going to check these out. I do love that little drawing of Till and Ivan. Ivan's little fang is so cute. It says, question, if Till knows he has fangirls, how would he react? Vivinos says he'll be very happy because he wanted to be a rock star. So we have a bunch of these down here. Miwa from Alien Stage Miwa says, question, if they could choose a vacation, where would they go or what kind of places would they prefer? The answer, I'll use Ivan as an example. If he had the choice, he'd probably stay home. He's not the type who enjoys going out. But if he had to go somewhere, he'd pick a cruise ship. She laughs. That's just my personal take. If you want something deeper than that, I'd probably need to ask the others first. And she laughs, clearly happy. Question, if Ivan and Till raised a child together, what kind of dads would they be? Answer, I think Ivan would be the strict type while Till would be the chill, easygoing type. I could see that. Question, if everyone goes to eat pan-fried pork or barbecue together, who will be the griller and who would be the one to eat? Vivinos says, Ivan will be responsible for grilling for everyone. Till would also do the grilling because he's the maknae. As for Luka, he would just sit and eat. Yeah, I wouldn't want Luka cooking me anything. Question, now that Thailand has marriage equality, go Thailand, if Mitzi and Sua came here, would we get to see them showing off their wedding rings? I'm sure it would be just like that. Question, who's the biggest sleepyhead? Mitzi likes to take naps during the day, but she's not hard to wake up. Sua is a morning person. She wakes up easily, while Ivan barely sleeps at all. I don't like that. Question, what does Luka like most about Hyuna? Her height, because he can hug her easily. That's oddly sweet for Luka. That's actually really cute. Question, do Ivan and Till each have other particular quirks or unique habits? Answer, I think Kumang thought for a moment. There are a lot, but if I were really to go into it, I could probably talk for half an hour. So in short, it's a very broad topic and there's a lot to it. Maybe we'll see that in some of the comics that we're going to see later on, possibly. We'll see. Question, what do Ivan and Till like to eat? If they both are in Korea, they'd like ramen. But for health reasons, Ivan can't eat too much, so he usually doesn't eat out. Will Ivan tutor Till? If Till asks him to, Ivan will, but Till usually doesn't ask, so it's hard to say. So, Vimino's Alien Stage autograph session at Animate Shanghai Day 2. Question, do Ivan and Till exchange gifts in the garden? Yes, Till will give Ivan small gifts. They'll exchange gifts many times since they're spending a lot of time together, so there won't be any huge surprises. Question, how do Ivan and Till make up after a fight? Feels very a pointed question. After a fight, they tend to not get along for a while, so they don't talk things out. There's no real making up. They just gradually go back to normal over time. Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. I'm glad we get to get some of these question and answers, which is awesome throughout. But yeah. Anyway, so those were the Q&As. Those were a lot of fun. Glad to see those. So thank you for that. As far as the reaction guide for this week, Official Club Bakery and Pancake had asked about including some character songs that were not necessarily music videos, but were lyric videos. And I was like, yeah, we can go through that. I'm not opposed to that, as long as there's not... One time for Kuroko's basketball, I was asked if I'd do the character songs. And I was like, sure. And then there was like 70. I'm not exaggerating. And I was like, oh. And that was a lot. So doing like 3 this week that's tea. That's fine. That's good. So we are doing the finale. We still have 3 more weeks after this of content, so something will happen after the final. I don't know what, obviously. But the final we're going to watch today, there are 3 comics, Trace, Our Diva, and Art of Smile that we're going to look at. And then some subtitle songs, Nowhere, Paratis, and Mi Vida Loca, which is a Till song. Interesting. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. I'm super excited. Thank you all so much for watching with me. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that those comments and everything took so long, but there's so much content with Alien Stage to go through that we need to just... I told Official Cloud Bakery and Pancake, I'm like, if you all have anything you want me to react to, now's the time. Add it to the guide, because there's so much content with this series that waiting through all of it would be so hard. So I'm like, you all, I trust them as the captains of the ship. You guys can organize and I will react to it. So that's where we're at. As far as this final goes, Vivinos published it a year ago. This warning is a little bit concerning. It says, this video includes animated blood and screen flashes that can cause photosensitive epilepsy. Please don't watch if you are mentally and physically weak. Also, please stop watching the video if you feel dizziness. Okay. I'm a little concerned about that. So take care of yourself, folks. If you have any, if the Pokemon episode with the tentacles was not for you, then, or the Porygons was not for you, then this one won't be either. So it's 4.5 minutes. I guess we're going to find out. So anyway, we are going to start the final here. Let's see what we get. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. Now that Ivan's gone, what else is there? I started like a second in, just in case you're wondering. Oh, okay. Oh, is this Till? Oh. 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 His voice. And his voice, Luka's. And both of the ladies they have crushes on are together, possibly. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, how's this? Maybe they're gonna stop the whole thing so neither of them die. Oh. This is my favorite music video so far. Oh, you brought in the violin? This is my favorite. Oh. Oh, what are we doing? Oh my God, he still has the blood on his pants? What? Oh. Okay. Ooh. 1%. Oh my God, like the blood not circulating in his fingers. What did he tell him? What did he tell him? Oh my God. Oh no, tell. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Why would you do that to him? Oh. Oh my God. What are you going to do? See her? Oh. Oh, no! No! Not till two! Ah! Oh. 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 Oh, bitch! Oh, bitch! No! No, you can't! You can't just... no! A special guest! Special guest! No! Blink Gong is my favorite song so far. Oh my God! No! Till! No! I thought he was gonna be okay! I really... oh, shit! No! Ah! You can't do this show. You can't keep doing this to us. What's the meme? He can't keep getting away with it. I legit thought, y'all, going into this episode, going into this music video, I legit thought that somehow that Mitzi and Huna were going to be able to rig the system, like cause a power outage, to cause something. She downloaded something. She downloaded files onto some kind of flash drive, but I thought that they were like gonna do something to stop the to stop the the concert from happening, to stop the song mid-song and just prevent it from occurring. I thought that's what was going to happen, and then they would be able to get out and escape together, and everything would be fine. And we wouldn't have to worry about people dying. But no. I also thought that if that didn't work out, I'm like, well, maybe I thought Till was going to win. And then he was going to have a moment to process what happened to Ivan and him and all that. But no. This series is not about to give you happiness. No. Unless you're a Luka fan, but then we just ended with him seeing Hyuna. And is that going to be Angst City next week? What now? So Luka won again. I mean, I will give this show its props that I'm going to take the sound out. I full on believed that usually in shows like this, when the character wins the year before and is the champion, they don't let them come back and win again. No, this one did. I'm like, they probably all are going to die by the end of this series. They're all going to die and it's going to be this big Shakespearean tragedy. But damn it. Till didn't even get to process his trauma in that moment. This is my favorite song so far, by the way. Blink Gone is my favorite song. The beat, their voices, both the vocalists doing Till and Luka sound amazing. Their voices are gorgeous. Their voices are so beautiful. In a Blink Gone. Well, that was describing this time after realizing what Ivan did. Yeah. Can we also talk about how amazing they drew Till? I know that the lights flashing kind of indicate that, but no. Till and Luka looked amazing. They looked so good in this. Although, I will say, Luka kind of looked like a slutty Jedi. He kind of had a slutty Jedi Knight vibe, or a slutty Quincy if you're doing Bleach, kind of that vibe. Ivan looked like a jock rock star. He looked like he was either going to play at Lollapalooza or go hit up an Adidas. One of the two. Meanwhile, yeah, Luka looks like he is gonna fight all of the Shinigami and or like dance on a pole in front of Yoda. One of the two. But yeah, also, yeah, just look, he looks like he's about to be a sponsor for Under Armour, but I'm kind of all for it. Till looks amazing. Show off them biceps, sir. You earned it. You earned it. Like, he looks really great there. I won't ever come back. The party's getting started. The lyrics are fine. I like the song mainly for the beat and for their vocals. I just musically, it's my favorite so far. Lyrically, it's maybe not my favorite, but it's such a good song. It's a bop. Yeah. Now, yeah, and then we have, honestly, the lack of circulation in Luka's fingers where they've turned purple is concerning to me. Sir, if you don't want those fingers amputated, you might want to go get that looked at. You might want to check out the circulation you got going on, my sir, because there's not a lot happening there. I don't know. Yeah, but he looks great. They both look incredible. I was not expecting Luka's hair to have grown out the way that it has. This is so beautifully animated. Like, Luka looks incredible. Tickle your eyes. I don't know if I can do that. So Hyuna has been shot. That's why I think it's going to be Angst City next video, because Luka has won, but they're not going to get to be with Hyuna because Hyuna's been shot in the side unless they do surgery and save her. Do we think that these aliens are going to do that? Probably not. No. I want to know what she was downloading if it wasn't to stop it. The poetry of these two men and the women they care for, watching them from afar. And look, I don't want to destroy my Mitzi Sua ship because that ship is very real. It has sailed from harbors, crossed the ocean, and come back again. I don't want to destroy that. But I do think that we can't discount the fact that Mitzi clearly cares for Till. Clearly cares for him as a friend, as a close, you could call it like very platonic love. She loves him. You could say it's platonic or romantic. If you want to ship Mitzi and Till, you are valid in doing so. I like Mitzi with Sua, but I very much think that they having like a queer platonic relationship, why not? Why aren't they besties? She still cares about him, obviously. And Hyuna cares for Luka. It fades away. Till looks so good in this video. Why are they killing off these characters at their hottest, at their peak? They're not letting them go past their peak. You killed off Ivan when he was the best he's looked the entire series. Now you're doing that with Till. Are we going to do that with Luka next time? I don't know. In a blink gone. And poor Till is clearly struggling through this moment. Like, he is struggling and trying to reconcile. Whereas Luka's like, just forget everything and just enjoy. Like, he's doing exactly what the lyrics are telling him to do, and he's not worried about what's going on. He's confident. He knows he's going to win. Till is fighting an uphill battle. And again, he looks like a slutty. He looks like a slutty Jedi. Oh, I just cannot. And yeah, Luka just exuding all this sexuality. I'm telling you, blink gone. And poor Ivan, well, Till is trying to catch up. Leave no regrets. Yeah, Till has a lot of regrets. And Mitzi, I just feel so badly for them both. This part here with Till on the guitar, that was so incredible. That looked so good. He looked so amazing. The neon guitar, the artwork, Vivinos popping off with this incredible artwork. It's so beautiful. I love all of that so much. And then just when you think, oh, Till's got a guitar, he's gonna jam out, freaking Luka brings out a mother trucking violin. A mother trucking violin? Did he play violin in the previous videos? I don't recall. He had a violin in his back pocket this whole time. A true antagonist musical instrument is the violin. He's literally like, oh, did you just lose your lover, Till? Let me play you a song on my violin. Like, just, I'm a big sucker for a violin or a saxophone. I'm a sucker for. If you give me a character playing either of those instruments, I'm kind of sold. So I felt bad because Luka looked amazing in this, and he whipped out a violin. He brought a gun to a knife fight, you know? And then Mitzi, I think Mitzi is worried. And so meanwhile, Mitzi is concerned, and she's about to run off, and Huna grabs her. Huna's got a lot of blood leaking out of that wound. I don't like where that's headed. No. And she's like, are you leaving? She's like, we're still downloading these files. She looks mad, but then Mitzi's like, look, my friend's out there probably about to die. I know that your dude's out there too, but he's got the upper hand. And she pulls away and runs off. Okay, so they tied up that one guy. They tied up that one alien that's there. I'm going to go back. Huna's obviously pissed. Huna's like, I thought we had a thing. And Mitzi's like, no, I'm only lesbian for one woman. But okay, they tied up that alien there. It's over. When they find out, they know what they look like. They're going to be targeted immediately. Yep. So what are we going to do? I feel bad for Huna because things are not going well. But I'm like, what are we going to do with this information we're downloading? And then the two of them. Can we also talk about the fact? The pants that Till is wearing are covered in blood? Were those the pants he was wearing during his song with Ivan? I thought he was wearing all black in that. What the fudge show? What is this? Were those pants from previous experiences that involve blood? What is going on? Are they just red boots? Maybe they're just red boots. But yeah. And in a blink gone. And then I kept thinking that Mitzi and using the grenade. I like the grenade. Looks like it's crying. I like the grenade design. But no, she threw the grenade. So it was like a smoke bomb. And then she got out. Neither yesterday nor tomorrow exist for me. Well, if you're playing Alien Stage, that's a likelihood. In this it's this moment or no. The dark crimson air. Okay, now my thing is Luka going after Till in this moment, obviously to throw him off. Here's the thing. When Ivan did it, as we know from the intro, when Ivan did it, it was to make Till his low score not matter as much because Ivan was going to throw the round. But for Luka is not throwing the round. Luka is like, oh, by the way, I'm commanding this room and I am going to throw you off your game. Like the like touching and everything and embracing him. What did he say? Did he just sing the embraces us, lifting her? What did he do to him? And the fiery thrill. Yeah. So what did he do there? Did he get like, he got close enough to like, okay, he got to where he like took his thumb across his lip like he was going to kiss him, and that threw Till off. That was dirty. That was dirty. That was really not called for, Luka. I mean, Luka wants to win, but that is like too soon. That's rubbing salt in an open wound. And then in that moment, he like, Till gets mad and pissed, like, hey, you had no right to do that. And he tries to like go back in the moment. But what was that shot of Luka? What was that shot of Luka? Yeah, Luka knows exactly what he did. He knows that he has gotten under Till's skin, right? This like broken disco ball is wild. I'm telling you, Luka is looking like horror member Luke Skywalker up here. I just forget everything and enjoy until, yeah, Luka's having the time of his life. Disco daddy up here. Meanwhile, Till is like fighting for every ounce of his being as we find out that Luka is number one and Till is second. Oh, and the score, damn it. Yeah, it was fluctuating, and then, I hate that look of Till, like knowing that he's losing in that moment. But what is Hyuna going to be doing with all of these files? And that's when Till remembers everything that happened between him and Ivan. Ugh, I hate it. And then him starting to like have the nosebleed and the blink gone. And then him seeing, I don't know if this shot here is of him imagining Ivan in front of him or if those were actual like advertisements playing in the background. Because yeah, you had both. You had literally Ivan in the black next to Till, but then Ivan in the white as Luke is walking off stage. Shut up. I'm like, I don't know if that's supposed to represent like the winner Ivan up until he decided to throw the round or not. But yeah. And then in that moment, like Till thinks that it's Ivan looking at him, but it's actually Luka. Oh, that's messed up. That's so messed up. That's so messed up. But then he looks in the crowd. Yes, he looks in the crowd and spots in his eyes. You can see it in his eyeball. He spots Mitzi in that moment. Yeah. Oh, that's so cruel. And then he decides to go past Luka. And Luka keeps seeing it and he goes after him. He goes after her. I don't know if that is supposed to represent, like, because in that moment, Luka was presenting as a hallucination of Ivan. So I don't know if that in that moment is that Till reject, not to be a shipwrecker, but I don't know if that's him rejecting Ivan's advances and seeing Mitzi and going to her instead and pursuing it. And then we get the lyric, "Don't miss this moment. I'm telling you, if you blink, it's gone." And yeah, leave with no regrets. So he's like literally going to Mitzi to be like, I have no regrets. I'm chasing after you. Tick tock, tick tock. And Luka wins. Why does this show do that to us? Why? It's like blink and it's gone. He was right there to her. That might be the thumbnail. He was right there to her. Oh, they were so close. And then boop. And then he just killed right in front of her. WTF. I hate it. I hate it so much, actually. And in that moment, we get the flashback. This is maybe my favorite part of the video. But we get the flashback of them hiding from the machine there. And you can tell that, like, they've all been, like, roughed up and everything. And she's worried and he like pets her head and she goes up. Of course he has a crush on her. So her like leaned up against him, gets him all flustered. And he's like, he wants to like pat her head, but he stops himself from doing it. Oh my gosh. And then her being like, it's okay. I don't blame him for having a crush on her. I could see how everything she does would come that way across to him. But girl had it in for Sua and he just didn't know it. And she was still his friend. Like, she clearly likes him as a friend and is nice to him. That transition from her laughing and then we don't exactly know if it was her memory or his memory, but that moment of her laughing and looking up at him and cutting to that. That's so sad. Yeah, and him just like again like hanging over the edge. Or no, not hanging over the edge. She has him in her lap and he like touches her hand as he dies. Oh. That's so freaking sad. I would make that the thumbnail, but that would spoil everything. Oh. And the thing about it is, the ultimate, like, cruel poetry of it all is that Till is dying in the arms of the woman that he loved. And now Luka is facing the woman that he loves, and she's possibly going to die in his arms. And then it's going to leave Luka and Mitzi, who were supposed to battle originally. Yeah. What we going to do about that? What we going to do about that, Ghost Rider? Because, yeah, him seeing her. Uh-huh. Who, buddy? Who, buddy? What we going to do? What we going to do? Oh, I don't want to wait. Damn it. Okay. I may not have to wait. Not too long. There may be a spot this coming month where we can get to the part 8. It's my lucky number, but I don't feel like it's going to be lucky. So, damn it. And then I like that they put special guest Huna and Mitzi, who are both, like, horrifically sad. Damn it. Fine. Anyway, we need to look at a couple of these comics that are going to be on Twitter. So let me pull up some of them and we'll get them all set to go here. There's 3 different things that we're going to look at, and then we'll do the lyric videos. This first comic is called Trace. So I want to see what this particularly is. Io was this creator's provider. Io has always wondered ever since the creation was born whether or not other providers also felt the same emotions they were feeling towards the creation. Was Till born in captivity? Interesting. As the creation began to grow, Io even started to feel fear for some reason. Whenever the creation's viridian eyes looked up with expectant eyes, Io felt a wave of fear. Because the creation knew more than just one language. That's creepy. That's super creepy. I don't like that. I'd be freaked out by that too. It was a language that Io had heard before on those massive screens. Others of our species knew the language were inside of them. Io never liked how those bastards would say that those were good cries and ate it up, and how those cries would eventually meet their end atop those stages. Oh, calling the singing cries. That's interesting. So basically, Io didn't know the language or the song, but their child was being taught the language. Well, yeah, that would be creepy as hell. Interesting. Whenever the creation looked up with those sad eyes and made those cries with such a tiny mouth, even though Io knew they should stop him. I don't like the zip tie with the tag across their necks. That's so gross. The sight of it was so lovely they couldn't handle it. I feel bad for Till's parents. Oh, yeah, the zip tie with the thing on there, and then they sang back. Oh. That's so sad. Io wished I don't know if it's Lo or Io, wished even if they were to one day die and be reduced to dust, the creation would remember and chase after the love that he had given. Oh, so Io is not the mom? Is this Omegaverse? Go back to this. And that one day that love would be reciprocated. Well, it was, except 3 out of the 4 of them are dead now. Oh. For this, Io prayed with all their heart to enact. The creation knew exactly what he meant to Yo, and he loved the warm attention that provider gave him. Oh. Baby Till is adorable. Baby Till is so adorable. Stop it. Soon he began making those cries much more than his own language. Oh. So he's singing more than speaking in his own language. And that's when the aliens showed up. Oh, no. Oh. Of course, they're looking for whoever can sing, so they're going to take him no matter what. Oh. Wow, they were huge. Those aliens were huge, because, like, that's Yo, and then Till getting taken away. Oh. Eventually, the punishment came due, and the two were separated. Oh. Oh. Yo was never able to know, for that creation who came to be called Till. That creation who held all of Yo's elated expectations, fears, and love deep inside of him. Exactly what kind of trace that they had left. Oh. And how, until the end, that trace never let the creation become a lonely boy. Oh, no, Till had all of his friends up until the very end. Ah, that's so freaking sad. That's so sad. Okay, maybe my creation's provider. So that, not a parent necessarily, but was just given Till to look after because they were the same species, maybe. That's still so sad. Like, they clearly had a resemblance. That's heartbreaking. No, thank you. Hey, it's Dewey and Isaac. Let's listen to this instead. This'll maybe make us feel better after that horribly tragic comic. That was sad. No. If you understand both the enemy and yourself, you will never know defeat, was the type of shitty excuse my brother would always say. It's only been 2 years since Jacob barged out the door, saying we need someone who is knowledgeable about alien stage if we want to break in. Oh, I didn't think he'd actually bring someone back. Ta-da! Look, I told you I'd bring back somebody, didn't I? Pretty impressive, huh? Her name is Huna. You want a tissue? Did you catch a cold? What? I'm just sneezing because I'm next to all these handsome faces. What the hell are you saying? All I thought back then was that he picked up a weirdo. Hey, man, can you put my leg? Can you put my leg on a diet? Oh, so does she have a prosthetic leg? I guess I forgot that. For the first few weeks, I didn't notice anything strange. When she cracks jokes like multiple times a day, you start to assume she's just a happy person with maybe a few screws loose. But we soon realized just how dire her mental state was. My brother would always speak of the cause, the salvation of mankind. But what use is a pleasure seeker like to the cause? Again, you sure drink a lot. Just leave her, Hyung. Huh. You know this is pointless. This isn't the first time we've seen someone who's become useless after wallowing in self-pity. The only reason someone like Dewey is fine, okay, so he's Isaac, is because we brought him so young, and he's a naturally optimistic guy. Well, and the dicking down doesn't hurt. Was your mission all just child's play? We have less than a year until the start of the mission. How long are you going to waste your energy on such useless things? Well, Huna's pretty optimistic too, you know. You're such a stubborn little, Do you know where we first found Huna? Probably under some sewer in the theater. Well, yes, that's true, but she wasn't running away. She was heading towards an act garden. Because she was going to find Luka! To the place where she was held captive and where there were other kids like her. Yeah, Dewey doesn't like that, or Isaac doesn't like that at all. What was she thinking? Trying to save those kids with only one good leg. What an idiot, right? Just like us. Aww. For as long as I can remember, Jacob convinced anyone of anything with some kind of weird, nonsensical reasoning, saying that we should launch a rocket, saying we should send sounds throughout the entire galaxy, things that people in our time would scoff and laugh at, but I knew he could actually do it. I knew that Jacob, who has never failed in anything before, would be able to achieve all of those things that sounded impossible. Oh, is that Mitzi and Ivan or somebody in the background there? Or maybe it's just a stock character. And then if I helped, he'd be able to launch a rocket or missile or whatever. Yikes! You should be good to your brother. Uh-huh. You scared the shit out of me. I'm already here. This is my spot. Aren't you going to help? Yeah, she was here the whole time. Even up until that point, I would have never said that she'd been any help, but I'm going to go tell you to the boss if you slack off. Huna was definitely changing day after day. She would still get too drunk and whatnot, but seeing as how she followed Hyung's orders without much complaint, I guess she didn't have much of a choice either. I guess she couldn't help but be convinced by my brother's nonsense too. That's why the 6 weeks when he disappeared were like hell. Ooh. The people grew tired and began losing sight of their goals, and I was busy just trying to calm everyone down as a temporary leader. Where are we getting like Isaac backstory? I did the best I could, but I'm sure I wasn't as good of a leader as my brother was. Yo, weak-ass people from the streets! I came to check y'all out because I heard some interesting things about some grand old dream that y'all have. But this was all it took to bring y'all down? Shall I show you the live performance that the Seguin bastards worked so hard to create? That's the worst stage comment ever! I like the shot glass breaking. That's great. Oh, Huna. Drunk and party. But I don't think even Jacob could have known just how much her impulsive actions would give us strength. Ooh. I like the invisible shoulder. Does Isaac have a thing for her now? Mr. I don't like this girl because she's drunk? What? Sir. And then he came back with an unrecognizable and misshapen face, being carried on the back of a sworn brother. It was a common unlucky happenstance, getting captured by a cruel Seguin. I don't remember much of what happened that day. I was too busy checking if Jacob was even breathing to take into what was happening around me. But I do remember one thing. Within the cries of our comrades, I couldn't hear that voice of hers. That voice that sang so confidently. So she was clearly affected by it. Hyung just kept telling me how he's entrusting me this and that to me over and over in a quiet, raspy voice. Then he looked at the woman who shed no tears and said, "Forgive yourself." And with those last words, he stopped breathing. And after that day, it seemed as though there was a big change within that woman. She still cracked her jokes, and she still riled up the crowd with her terrible stage comments, but yeah, something definitely changed about her. Oh, wow, Isaac. Oh, shit. I'm going to keep going with the boss's plan. Oh. What happened to her? You idiot. That's right. We're a group of idiots after all. Oh, so there's a boss that's above them, that's what they're doing something with, so okay. I mean, I still ship Dewey and Isaac, but Isaac and Huna having this little side thing. Now, again, do I think Isaac likes Huna? Yeah, I think so. Do I think that Huna likes Isaac that way and not Luka? She likes Luka, but what we twisting all these love triangles? What are we doing that? Clearly, if we're having focus on Huna next episode with Luka, then I feel like Isaac might be involved. So that's interesting. What the heck? Oh. This one of Till. No. That's sad. That's really sad. Dang it. My heart. Okay, fine. All right, we've got these songs that there's 3 of them that are, one is called Nowhere, one is called, what is it, like, I almost want to call it Parasite, but I know that that's not it. I know it's not Parasite, it is Paratisse, which is also an Ivan song, part 2, so we get some Ivan songs here. I think we could have gotten them last week if I had known about them, but it's okay. Now we also have a Till song too, so we're gonna get that in there as well. All right, we're gonna get this finale. All right, so let's listen to these songs. I want to see the lyrics on this. We're gonna pay attention. I'm gonna talk with the lyrics for this one. This was called Nowhere by Park Byung-hyun, which is an Ivan song. So let's hear that in 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, shit. This was so sad. This was a really sad episode. Y'all, look, I just wanted Till to live after that entire ordeal with Ivan and him. And what did this series do? It went, no. I've talked for over an hour about this. This was, that song was my favorite, but now I'm like, okay, Luka and Mitzi and Huna are like the only ones left with Dewey and Isaac. What do we do about that? We still have 3 parts left to go? So, okay. Look, I am definitely going to be getting in early February to part 8. For sure. Do not worry. That's going to be happening. And then we have 2 parts after that. So so sad. I'm so mad that Till's dead. I don't like that at all. I'm like, what did Mitzi do to deserve this? Anyway, there's so much to think about. I don't know what we're going to be doing, but I want to hear your thoughts down below. Please no spoilers for what's coming next, but I want to hear what you thought about this episode, and I'm so sad about Till. What did you think about the comics? Your interpretations, thoughts, things? I'm going to be back soon with more and week 8 or part 8 of Alien Stage, and so I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back very soon with part 8, my lucky number. Better be a good one. And I'll see you there with Alien Stage. Bye.